I watch how my Sada roti them soft, fluffy, round, and 99% of the time they always swell. If it doesn't swell, it always swell halfway. I'm gonna wrap up back my Sada roti then with some paper towel and a hand towel. Keep them nice, warm, and fresh. Whenever I wrap up my roti, I always have to give them tap at the last part. I don't know why, but I just do it almost every single time. This is how I cook my Sada roti. To a basin, I added almost 3 cups of self-rising flour. And that's it. I didn't use any salt, baking powder, or anything. I gradually add like almost 2.5 cups of water. While I was adding the water, I gradually knead the dough as well. I add the water until it's really sticky like this. And I knead it for like about 5 minutes until it's sticky, but it wouldn't stick to your hands like this. And it's soft and well combined together. Sprinkle some flour on the dough so it wouldn't stick to my hands anymore. And I'll make 7 loaves with it. 7 loaves, it wouldn't be too big or too small, just reasonable size. When I finished making my dough ball, I just put it on the cupboard and leave it to rest until I'm ready for it. So I covered it with some flour so it wouldn't stick on the cup. Put a hand towel on my loaves and leave it to rest. When it's time to cook, I just take out one of the dough balls, cover it with some flour, and start to roll it out. Don't roll it out too thin nor too thick, and not too big either, just the right size, you know. I'm finished rolling it out. I just slap it on a pan and start to cook it on high heat. Leave it on a pan until I start to see faint bubbles on the dough, and I flip it over. How I know when to swirl the roti, oh my god, I don't know why I said roti like that. Anyway, how I know when to swirl the roti is when I start to see it swell a little bit. Every time I flip it, it'll swell a little bit more. Sometimes I swirl my roti in the microwave, sometimes I swirl it right on the stovetop using a drying rack. I'm not sure if it's the drying rack or not, but that's what I call it. My roti is ready to swell now, so I put the pan aside and I pull the drying rack on the same stove top. Put my Sada roti on the drying rack on high heat and let it do its stuff. I turn it once in a while so it doesn't burn too much. And you know what? With that burn, it has that little fireside taste to it. And watch how my roti swell nice and good. Hey, fast and quick. It doesn't even take that long. Watch the magic there. Watch. And there, swell nice. Even if you get a little steam come out of the end, you know what, it's still swell. Honestly, even though my Sada roti come out nice and fluffy almost every time, I always like paratha roti more than Sada roti. That's few more of my roti that swell. I didn't film all of them because I forgot. Then I realized, you know what, now is a nice time to film it so you guys can see how the roti them swell. And that's it. That's how I cook my Sada roti. Nice, fluffy, soft. Round. Even my toddler loves it with some butter. I had it with some dal and roti. I break up the Sada roti into my bowl with dal. Let me tell you, it was very delicious. And the next morning I had it with some butter. Oh my god, top 10. Very delicious.